Music is everything to me. Music is my way of communicating, and it's such like, I don't know the word for it. It's just how I express myself, and it's something that's never gonna leave me. No matter how old I get, I'm always gonna have music.
Well, it's been a very interesting year, the year of the pandemic, and who would have thought at the beginning of 2019 that any of this would be happening in the world, and how that would affect choral singing and making music. So we started off our 2019-2020 year normal, and everything was, we were singing just like we had always been, and we actually were, I would say at our peak, we had 6 choirs going on here at the same time, and there were a lot of kids involved, and it was just a very exciting time. And then of course the world shut down in March of 2020, and it was like everything was just taken away.
So in choir this year it's been pretty different than other years, because of course we've had to wear masks and we've had to social distance. And one thing that we focused on a lot this year, rather than just firing out individual pieces, is that we focused on individual songs and made videos, such as this one for it. So that's been a big change. For example, in grade 10, we had lots of performances, we had Christmas shows, like just random shows here and there. But this year, since we couldn't do that, we had to focus on different types of projects, which has been different, but it's still been a lot of fun.
I feel like in Newfoundland, music has been the most important thing getting us through this pandemic. It brings people joy. And so it was an initiative with our school to do different projects along the year, and this one came up. And it was an awesome collaboration with Rum Ragged and Bill Brennan, and it was just an amazing experience.
We were kind of like everybody else, and had spent our time for the last year watching cancellations come into our schedule for our gigs that we had lined up, and unfortunately we were kind of thinking that things were looking pretty bleak at the time, and Mr. Colburn reached out, and we had been collecting songs for a new recording at that point, and Mr. Colburn reached out about doing this project with the choir, and we were certainly interested. We didn't have a whole lot on the go at the time for sure, and we really wanted to just work with the choir again as we did before, and to get to do The Banks of Newfoundland was a song that we were able to pick out.
Well, today, this is our first day that we've all kind of been together with the band and with the arranger, Bill Brennan, and we have our sound guy here. Since we went into a shutdown back in February, the choir was only allowed to come back in half time, so in a blended learning model, so half the students will be learning at home and half the students will be in school. So today is a very exciting day because it's one of the first times they've actually got to sing together as a group, so it's nice to have the choir back.
Choral music is that feeling of singing, that feeling of taking a breath at the same time as all the people around you and starting something together. It's discipline, it's showing up for rehearsal when you say you're going to, and valuing that over all the other things you could be doing during that rehearsal time. It's learning about things that happened before you, cultures that happen elsewhere that you can't see, and learning that through the music. It's learning about tiny details, like the way different cultures pronounce the letter T and how that can sound, and that being able to focus on those tiny details is a magnifying lens that you can apply to so many other things that happen in your life. It's about camaraderie, it's about building memories, it's about finding people who are like-minded and want to share that with you.
The Bruneau Centre for Excellence in Choral Music, run through Memorial University, to be able to fund projects that help promote culture and Newfoundland Labrador culture within the choral music scene.
Holy Heart have been really forward-thinking about figuring out how they can access this money and what they can do with it. It's been amazing to see some of the projects that they've managed to pull off during the pandemic. It's been really heartwarming to see these beautiful young people being able to sing together and connect to the community throughout all of the ups and downs of in school, out of school. And so this is, I think, the second or third project that's been funded in the last year for Holy Heart, and it's really great to see them being able to sing together one more time before the end of the school year.
Well, we've been working with Brennan, who was, I think he arranged all the different vocal parts for the choir. And so we had a basic arrangement we sent to him to base his arrangement on. And so we have never played the song with the kids yet to get today, so I guess we'll run it a couple times, just see how it's sounding. But I'm looking forward to hearing it. I'm sure it's going to be great.
What we're doing today is we're going to hear we're going to record that arrangement, and I haven't heard the choir live recorded sing it before, so we may make some tweaks, but it'll be mostly just laying down it a couple of times and hopefully getting what we want to get, which I feel very confident about. Out on out. For some reason, the pickup to beat one of the next part is I think it should be a little bit stronger.
Like, you can learn an instrument and sit in a room by yourself and be happy with the music you play. But there's just something like so exciting about making music with other people and connecting in a very surreal way. It's really awesome.
Next week we're going to be shooting the music video, and we're looking at a few different locations around the city that are a little outside the city that really fit the song.
I think collaborating with the band, or at least out of the song, I want people to be able to see like what beautiful culture we have here in Newfoundland, because it's genuinely such a great place. And out of collaborating with the brand, they have like their sound, I think, just really like suits what we're trying to put across.
At midnight, when the sky is dark and heavy clouds do frown, it's then we stand great danger of our craft being soon run down by some large grey hound of the deep that rushes madly by. It's then that we entrust our lives to kind Providence on high.
I hope that this video will kind of last with the students in their, as they leave high school and they look back on their high school times, they remember, a lot of negative things that happened during the pandemic for them. Their mental health has been affected greatly. They haven't been able to see a lot of their friends. Their classwork has been, their schoolwork has been kind of consolidated, and they've had to learn online and all this. But I hope that when they look back and they say, well, when I was in grade 11 or when I was in grade 12, we got to do this really cool thing with this band, and we even made a music video, and they can then go to YouTube and say, look, here it is, here's the music video that we made.
As grade 12 students graduating in our final year, it might not be ideal circumstances, but we are so grateful that we got to be a part of these amazing projects.
Say a great big thank you for working with us, and being a part of what we were able to all do together was our absolute pleasure, and we hope that we someday get to work with you all again.
Yeah, absolutely.